Oh, Wout. What's he up to?
Going bottles. Keeping himself busy.
They shared a hotel last night with the Great Britain team, and John Herity, the DS of the Great Britain team, was telling me that Wout van Aert this morning, David, was on rollers.
Oh, of course he was.
Because he's obviously looked at the distance of 109 and gone, that's not enough. It's not enough work for the day. So he did quite a long session on rollers this morning in the hotel.
Which is remarkable when you think this is essentially the end of his season. Or actually, he's in his pre-training for his winter season.
Yeah, the cyclocross starts here.
Yeah. Wild.
You're right, he's going back for bottles. Hasn't been quite the year that 2022 was for Wout van Aert. Nonetheless, by any sort of mortal's measurements, it's been an absolutely astonishing year. However, I think 2022 was unrepeatable, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think he acknowledged that as well. I think even going into this year's Tour de France, he was saying how it would be almost impossible to better the 2022 Tour. And yet, some of the most memorable moments of this year's Tour de France were Wout van Aert, even though he didn't win a stage.
Yep. And he's certainly got his participation off to Tour of Britain, which, let's not forget, is a race that he has won. In fact, the sequence of winners of the Tour of Britain over recent years is truly remarkable. In no particular order, Julien Alaphilippe, Mathieu van der Poel, Wout van Aert, and very nearly Tom Pidcock the following year had perhaps had the race persisted. Instead, Gonzalo Serrano takes the honours. But yeah, those three riders alone, Alaphilippe, van der Poel, van Aert. Very few races in the calendar can boast that kind of series of winners.
And it goes to show the type of race that the Tour of Britain is as well. It's very much a stage race for classics riders.
Yeah.
It's there are very few of those in the calendar.
One of the uncategorised climbs of the day, up and over. The actual categorised climb of the day at Aert, which I've talked about, comes with 19.7k to go, but weirdly it's not the top of the hill at all. They carry on climbing after that up to about 200 metres of altitude and drop back down again. So even though it is a climb, the Cat 3 climb, it's actually just the prelude to a couple of slightly more stiffer tests that come thereafter. So it could be actually quite a dynamic final 25 kilometres of this parcours today, and we're already pretty close to that point. We're inside 80 kilometres to go.
It's interesting that Bora Hansgrohe are not at all interested in helping. Jumbo-Visma are not even asking for help. It's just goes to show how strong Jumbo-Visma are.
Yeah, fighting on two fronts at the moment, of course. Jumbo-Visma hoping to keep control of the Vuelta, which they lead. With Sepp Kuss in the leader's jersey, the American.